Welcome to the Dungeon Coach live stream. Whether you're watching this live right now or sometime in the future, I got you covered. I want to help you guys with your Dungeons and Dragons questions. All the timestamps will be linked down below. And I also, if you want next level help, I also have some stuff that I offer my patrons each and every month. Because I want to say thank you for you supporting what I do here and helping me chase after this dream of mine of doing content creation full time. So these PDFs have DM resources, homebrew options to customize and tweak your game. Every single month I have magic items, traps, puzzles, riddles, character bonus perks to customize a wide variety of different characters. It's got entire rule systems like enchanting and lycanthropy and how to run those different types of things, and a ton of other stuff to input into your world, into your cities, into your rule systems, and just spark up that creativity each and every month. And for all of you that are watching this video in the future, or you're coming back to it at a later time and you had to leave during the live stream, I'm gonna have all the timestamps down below and in the chapters here at the bottom of the screen that you can click around and see which question I answered and jump around and find out what's most interesting to you. So on with the live stream. Whoa, let's go. What's up, people? What's up, people? We got a one shot to make. Part two. If you are watching this, I guess later, if you're watching this live, hey, let's go. We got some work to do. But if you are watching this in the future, there is a part one to this. If you look at the live streams video, literally the week before this, this is where we set the stage and set all this stuff up. And also, if you are one of the patrons watching this, then you better not, because this is the patron one shot I'm doing, and I got four players. We're calling PC1, PC2, PC3, and PC4 for anonymous purposes. And yeah, we're gonna finish making the whole deal today. So we got some stuff to do. But y'all can excuse me, y'all can check out that first one if you want. But we're going to be diving right in here pretty soon. I'm going to say some what's ups. Oh, Richard, it's your first one. Richard, let's go. Bugs here. Dungeons and Destiny, get out of here. Dungeons and Destiny, Dostani is, I've been saying it wrong for like 2 years now. He is one of the players, so Dostani, you better get out of here. You got to get out of here now, before I even show the next screen. Get out. What the heck? Death Wish, what's up? Kiwi with the new icon. Howdy, Coach. Have you seen the new D&D video? Wait. Have you seen the one D&D video? What? There's a one D&D video? What? There's a one D&D video? Should we watch it, y'all? I don't know. Makes me nervous if we should watch it. Should we watch it? We only got 15 people in the chat. Should we watch it? Y'all's call. So one shot or watch the D&D video. Let me know. Let's do it. All right, let's do it. See a yes and let's do it. Yes and yes. Okay, we got 4 yeses. That's like half the people. Let's go. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna do. What do I search for? Does somebody have the link? One D&D. Is there a new 10 hours ago? Survey results in the future.
So today for one D&D.
Oh, whoa. Survey results in the future. That's crazy. Okay, hold up. Let me see what's going down. Let me see what's going down here. Would that be this shot? Okay, first of all, tell me if y'all can hear this. Let me switch over to the headset here. Tell me if y'all can hear this.
I'm here with Jeremy Crawford, and we are talking about how 1D&D is going, how the playtest is being received. We've got some scores, right?
Is it good? Alphenstein. Oh, that's a cool name. What's up? Long time viewer, first time commenter. Let's go. Alphenstein. I like that name, dude. What's up? Appreciate you. What's up, Reese? Main theme, we're going for statistics. Fair bit checked. Wait. Main theme, we're going for the statistics. A fair bit checked. Yes, we can. Sounds good to me. Sounds fine. Okay. Shoot. I guess we're gonna do it. Yeah. Let's go.
We know things now about how this process is going.
How about this? We're going to watch at least a little bit of it, and then we'll stop because I do want to get into some stuff, and I could easily have this play this in the background and all this other kind of stuff with all the stuff. So we'll find a good stopping point. We'll see.
Correct?
Absolutely. So we have now had a chance to analyze the feedback to the very first Unearthed Arcana in this series, the Unearthed Arcana that was called Character Origins. We have compiled satisfaction scores. Our staff has also combed through the written responses. And so we now have a very clear idea of how the D&D community responded to that first stage of this playtest process. And so I'm super excited to share some of what we learned.
Yeah, what have you learned?
So first off, the level of engagement was through the roof. Over 40,000 people engaged with the survey, about 39,000 completed the whole thing. And so first, I want to say thank you to everybody who filled out that survey. I know it can take some time to do it. It's invaluable for us. We not only look at all the scores, dig into what people have written. This really helps us get a sense of
a lot of fluffy talk. Come on.
Does the community want a ton of people who participated?
Okay.
Given how many people participated.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
In the whole UA. So the thing that scored the highest.
Okay, here we go.
In the whole UA. So the thing that scored the
level
highest,
1 feats,
almost reaching 90% satisfaction, was getting a first level.
Let's go.
This is a great example of a kind of experimental thing that we will sometimes put out.
Called it.
Way back for the.
I mean, that's just something so many people do.
Thing where we truly weren't sure how the audience was going to respond was the advantage and disadvantage mechanic, which are now a core part of the game because fan satisfaction was so high. I frankly expected fans to be satisfied with getting a first level feat in their background. What I did not expect is that the satisfaction would be this high.
I mean, who doesn't like free things? So.
Well, again, it was an open question because some groups prefer not to use feats, which is one of the reasons why we're very carefully threading this needle of, all right, you get this free one, so we're not going to require you to engage with the feat system repeatedly unless you really want to, but we also want to give you that taste.
That is true. That is a very, very good point. I did not see that because I'm in homebrew land over here, and I'm just homebrewing up my own feats. So not using feats sounds crazy to me, but 100%, I think that is actually a great middle ground where you get this feat. Here you go. You don't have to think. You don't have to do anything. It's super simple. It's not like you have to go customize and build your own. It's just you pick a background. There's some options. This one's cool. Okay, cool. I love that. I really do love that. And then if you do want to customize, you could do a custom background and all that kind of stuff. So, heck yeah.
So that you can then make an informed decision about whether or not you later engage with feats.
I agree. Bob says, I'm sure somebody's doing it, but I've never heard of somebody who didn't use feats.
Feats also, as you and I had chatted before about, are a great way for us to communicate some concrete things that each background is good at. So I'm excited to see how much the community is embracing getting a feat as a part of a character's background. Here's the thing. That scored super high.
Right.
What was amazing is almost everything did. So the majority of the things in this Unearthed Arcana scored 80% or higher.
Not surprised.
So before I go any further about the scores of specific things, I think it's important to talk about what do the numbers themselves mean.
Yeah, you and I have talked about this at length. So usually 70% or higher, right?
Yep, 70% or higher is what we're looking for. When something scores in the 70s, we see that as the community giving a thumbs up, but that also means there's still some tinkering for us to do.
For sure. Totally agree with that.
Minor
game design wise.
Moderate tinkering. But the core message is the community is saying, yes, more of this. As soon as a score hits 80% or higher, now we're going into the realm of not only does the community want more of that, but they want exactly that. So what that means for us as a design team is when we look at a thing that gets 80% satisfaction or higher, we then tread very carefully in our further development to make sure we don't change it too much.
I so much agree with that as well. Like, this is cool to see some of their game design philosophy because it is, I mean, I agree with everything of this so far. Alcanar's Almanac, of all things, my book. If I got an 80% on a rule, would not change it. Would not change it. You have a much higher percent chance of screwing it up at that point, right? No, you're never going to get a 100%. I hope that makes sense. No one's ever, you're never going to have a 100% rule. It's not possible. It's not possible. So 90% is crazy, right? That's like, you just like, oh, wow. Well, okay. Whew, I got lucky on that one. That's crazy. So 80% is like, yeah, like I'm not going to change it. 83%, woo, not changing it. Cool, done. 70%, let's look at it. Let's think why. Let's really hash out why. Maybe do a couple iterations to see, for sure. So I agree with all of that. Because the 15%, 20% of people that don't like it will just not use that rule, right? And if they like the original one, they just, sure, like there's going to be some of those rules that some people are just going to not do. Just like in the current rules as written, there's some rules that people just don't like and they come up with new versions for. So done.
It might still be changed in minor ways for balance reasons, for cohesion reasons, making sure the different parts of the game are functioning well together. But as soon as you're into that 80% area, or even more especially if you make it into the 90s, that is basically the community saying, yes, this. Now, when we go below 70, when we're in the 60s, something in the 60s we consider to be salvageable, that there are enough people.
Great description. I love this. I love this tiers.
There's something there for us to save.
Salvageable, perfect word.
We really reconsider many aspects of the design. Anything that scores below 60%, like when we're in the 50s, good chance we're not going to do anything with it. And if it's in the 40s and below, it's pretty much gone.
Yeah.
It got dusted. The community cast disintegrate on it, and the dust is there. Now,
never to be spoken of again.
Yeah. Now, I have to say, it is extremely.
I really do like this. I like that they're being themselves. That part obviously wasn't scripted. They have bullet points they're talking about. This feels good. I like this. As far as from at a meta level, this is cool.
Extremely rare for anything to be in that category.
I will say though, at another meta level, do you realize this is at 1.5? This is 25% at 1.5 speed or 1.25 speed. So it's just like this is what they should. Anyway.
Most things that we send out in Unearthed Arcana end up in the sort of 60, 70, and 80 range. It's really rare for something to hit into the 50s, and even rarer for something to be lower than that. But again, what was remarkable when we got the scores back for this UA is how many things were 80% or higher. And again, the first level feat was at 87%. So again, into 90% satisfaction, which is
that's nuts.
A ringing endorsement for that piece of design. Would you like to hear about some other scores?
I would love to. I'm curious, what's low? What was low?
So, yeah, that's a great question.
That part's scripted.
And easy to address because so little was low. So first off, nothing was in the 50s or below.
Dungeon Master crits, the lucky or the inspiration nat 1 or nat 20 inspiration.
We had among the various main options, there were only 3 things that dipped into the 60s. Mm-hmm. So one of those was the D20 test rule that was in the rules glossary. Was not a surprise to us. Yeah. You and I talked when we introduced that, highly experimental.
Yeah.
I didn't actually expect what we were doing there.
I was reading chat.
Yeah.
Was not a surprise. The D20 tests that dipped into the 60s. Mm-hmm. So one of those was the D20 test rule that was in the rules glossary. Was not a surprise to us. Yeah. You and I talked when we introduced that, highly experimental.
Yeah.
I didn't actually expect what we were doing there with the a 1 for all D20 tests being a failure, a 20 for all D20 tests being a success, the way critical hits were working. You and I talked about it. Yeah. Highly experimental, which often in our conversations in these videos, when I say that
makes me so sad.
But the thing
that makes me so sad.
What's called A/B testing. We like to present 2 very different versions of something and then compare the community's response to them. Which is why in the very next Unearthed Arcana, before we'd even delved into the feedback for the first one, we presented a different version of the D20 test rule. And I am expecting, once the survey closes for the expert classes UA, that we'll see a very different score for the D20 test. So again, the D20 test rule being in the 60s, not a surprise.
Well, was there anything that was a surprise?
No. Other than, okay, there is one surprise here so only again, 3 things that were in the 60s. The surprise is about the next 2 about their relative relationships to each other in the 60s. So the other two things that were in the 60% range were the Ardling and the Dragonborn. And the big surprise here is the Dragonborn scored lower than the Ardling. Oh. So I was ready for the
I'm not surprised about the Ardling.
Totally new. I mean, really, it was just, ta-da, here's a brand new option. Anytime we do that, we are prepared for response to be all over the map. So it's really hard to surprise us with.
That's so strange. And yeah, Deathwish says I've never seen a nat 20 fail. Like someone rolls a nat 20 and it fails. Because if that happens, that's so dumb. That's one of the dumbest moments I feel like you could possibly have in D&D. And as a dungeon master, you should really stop and be like, why'd I ask for that roll? Why'd I ask for that roll? And even if you did ask for that roll, that's the price you pay, is a success there. If you asked for a roll and they rolled a natural 20, the price you pay is some version of success, right? But the other big thing that people always keep forgetting here is success and failure is not a binary option. It's not like there's two possible scenarios. Like they're approaching a situation, they make a check. This or that will happen. No, that's not realistic. That's not the game. There's so many options that can happen. You know what I mean? So like there's a little baby fail. There's a little baby success, and it's not even necessarily, could be even a success or failure. It could be the best possible case scenario, right? Like you try and do something with a dragon at level 1 and you don't kill it, but it just doesn't kill you and moves on. You know, like you didn't win, like you just didn't die. So there's a I mean, that's a whole rabbit hole there. So I'm so sad that the D20, okay, first of all, D20 test, I think they should call it D20 roll. Test sounds weird to me. Maybe it's triggering from my teaching background, I don't know. But it makes me sad that was the lowest one. Because I made an entire rant video about why I love that. So, oh well. And then, what else? What else was there? Something else? Ardling. I see as more an Aasimar. If you're going to make another core race, it should be an Aasimar to be opposed from a Tiefling. The Ardlings are just weird to me personally. And then I'm surprised with the Dragonborn being low, but yeah.
You know, whether it's super approving or super disapproving, totally new things. Always a big question mark over them, and so we're prepared for essentially any response. What surprised us was that the Dragonborn, which is well established in the game, scored lower than the Ardling. And they were both in the 60s, so that means they're both salvageable, but we then need to dig into
what was so bad about that.
Next. And people are going to get to see what's going to happen next in our next Unearthed Arcana, which will include new versions of both
when it's releasing
and the Dragonborn. Now, I can tell you now,
first of all, props to Wizards of the Coast. Like, they are literally, like, absolutely doing exactly what they said. They are incrementally, systematically giving out stuff, getting feedback, tweaking it, getting out stuff, getting feedback, tweaking. Beautiful. The level of the level that this is going to rise to because of that is next level.
And maybe in our video for that UA we can dig a little deeper. I can tell you now that as we dug into the written responses about the Ardling and the Dragonborn, I can sum up pretty easily why we think both of those options landed in the 60s. For the Dragonborn, it's really simple. It's the breath weapon. Yeah. There was dissatisfaction about the implementation of the breath weapon, so we are addressing that head on in the next version.
I don't even remember.
There's also some confusion in the feedback about the relationship of this new version of the Dragonborn to the Dragonborn options that appear in Fizban's Treasury of Dragons.
Right.
And so this is a great time for me to clarify that whatever new version of something we present in the 2024 Player's Handbook can stand alongside options like those that appear in Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. You can really think of the Player's Handbook Dragonborn as sort of being the universal Dragonborn, whereas the Dragonborn options in Fizban's are very intentionally more targeted, specifically a metallic Dragonborn, a chromatic Dragonborn, a gem Dragonborn.
Right.
Those options can be played alongside the more universal Dragonborn that would appear in a core book.
Right.
So again, people are going to get to see a whole new take on the Dragonborn in the next UA, including also a new, fun 5th level ability that kicks in for that universal Dragonborn. But we can talk about that in our
Good.
next
Scaling.
Yes, I am a
Scaling.
dungeon master at heart, and part of being a DM is cliffhangers. So next time we'll talk about that.
That's frustrating. Okay.
So the Ardling, here also, once we dug into the written feedback, it was pretty clear what was going on, and I really loved the feedback we got. And that was that the Ardling was trying to do a few too many things. It was sort of both being a sort of a cousin to the Aasimar, which, by the way, we saw some questions of, is the Ardling replacing the Aasimar?
Right.
Definitely not. The Aasimar is still in the game. The Aasimar is in Monsters of the Multiverse. But again, there was this sense that it was sort of being a cousin to the Aasimar while also being a beast person. And we saw much more interest in the feedback in the Ardling of leaning into the beast person side. And so in the whole nature of the Ardling and the next Unearthed Arcana, people are going to see that. That identity is much clearer. It's the place it's filling in the multiverse. I think
that's what I said in my rant.
Focus for people.
I have seen it. It's cool.
That's right. You have read it.
Ah, man, that's cool. I'm telling you, man, if I ever have any sort of interactions with Wizards of the Coast in the future, or like, that'd be cool. I mean, I have so many passionate thoughts about game design and all this type of stuff, and that's really interesting. Yeah, the beast thing. I felt like they were trying to like be an angel beast, and that just wasn't. It just wasn't hitting. It wasn't hitting. So interesting. 5th level dragon, the shifter play shifter. Yeah. Oh, the shifter's cool.
That's it. It was just those 3 things. Everything else was scored in the 70s or the 80s, and
that's also an amazing amount of playtesters.
Yes, yeah. The number of playtesters, again, 39,000 people completing the survey is remarkable, and that's what I said. That means these scores are persuasive, and.
For sure.
I'll give a few more that I think will be fascinating to people.
Okay, yeah.
For as long as I've been working on the game, over multiple editions, the human is the most played. Now, the one bit that was very satisfying to me here that was a bit of a surprise was just how much people like this new take on the human. And so, yeah, the new human scored 83%.
Wow.
Followed by 4 options that basically were virtually tied. The dwarf, the orc, the tiefling, and the elf all were basically virtually tied, hovering around 80 and 81%.
I like Tremor Sense a lot.
Yeah, and then the other 2 options, I mean, we've now talked about all of them except for the gnome and the halfling, and even the gnome and the halfling scored really well, tied at 78%. So a lot of excitement and positivity about these options, but also some great notes in the written feedback that we are analyzing and will incorporate into future versions of these options. And again, people are going to get to see a new Ardling and a new Dragonborn in our very next UA.
So what are we seeing for future installments of UA right now?
Oh, okay, hold on.
So in our next one, we have not only the new Ardling and the new Dragonborn, as well as a surprise guest, which we'll talk about also in our next video, but also we have a new version of Cleric. And this UA will be a little shorter than our others.
Yes.
We've realized that the first 2 were really chunky. And so
they were big.
This one is still big, but a little smaller. Then the next one after that's going to get bigger again. And we will continue our journey through the classes. So, of course, we have still to go the Druid and the Paladin to accompany the Cleric in the Priest group. And then we have the Warrior group and also the Mage group ahead of us.
I feel like he's missing an opportunity there for not necessarily branding, because that's the Wizard. I mean, it's D&D. They already nailed the branding, but for vocabulary terms, because I'm pretty sure it's called a class group, not a group. Like, oh, it's the Warrior group. The Warrior is in the Priest group. The Warrior group. You know, it's not group. It's a class group. So I think that's important phrasing for, especially for people adopting the new phrasing and everything. So that's just my brain just went there.
One of the things I am super excited about when we get to the Warrior Group UA is that's when we're going to dig deep into something I teased in the previous UA. In the previous UA, there's a sidebar that talks about what's ahead for the one D&D playtest. And one of the options that I saw online, some people did notice, is new weapon options for certain types of characters. Here's what that means. We are going to be unveiling with the new versions of the Warrior groups whole new ways to use weapons.
So one of those things we're going to dive into is going to be kind of your home base.
Yeah, in the most recent UA, in that little preview of what's ahead, one of the things mentioned is there'll be new rules on managing your character's home base. This is going to be a new subsystem that
home
DMs and
base
players can decide to whether they're going to implement it in their campaign or not. And if they do decide to, they're going to be able to create home bases with NPCs.
Okay, time out. So I think it's more obvious whenever I watch it at 1.25 speed. These edits or mistakes, they definitely glossed over that whole weapon thing. Like they just hard cut to this whole home base thing, right? So overall, let me settle myself here. Weapons, I already beat him to it. Alcantar's Almanac, all things, and my Martial Combat Overhaul PDF, all already got. I'm interested to see what they do. I'm interested, but I think I don't know. I'm gonna approach it with open eyes. I'm not gonna be trying too biased or anything like that. But I mean, I think we already beat him to the punch. So we'll see. And then home bases, hell yeah, Deathwish. I agree. The home base is awesome.
Connected with them that end up implementing a number of our current downtime rules in the context of your home base and your group of NPCs. And that system we call the Bastion system. And next year we're going to unveil what you're going to be able to do with that should your campaign adopt it.
I'm very excited for this.
I am too. We've had tons of fun planning it out. But before we get there, we're focusing on the core character options of the game, especially character classes, which means we also have, in the end, there will be a total of 48 subclasses that will appear in this playtest process, 4 for each of the game's 12 classes. We also are going to share with DMs new encounter building rules aimed at making it easier to prep and more.
We got that coming out in January, so beat you to that too.
Monster customization options, things that will make it easier for DMs to run this game. And so there is a whole lot ahead of us.
But for real though, I'm props to them for helping Dungeon Masters prep the game, because I feel like they have done next to nothing for that. So yeah, that's cool.
Also mixed in will be new versions of things that appear in the playtest, because a critical part of this is we send things out, we get feedback, things that didn't score particularly well, we do new versions, we send those out, we get feedback on that. It's a process that is already bearing fruit. The feedback that people have given is already improving what's going on here, both at the macro level.
Alphastein says Wizards of the Coast are definitely watching your videos. I don't know if you're saying that because you're from Wizards of the Coast or because there's so many things. It's been creepy. If you want, like, if y'all have been up to date with anything I've talked about with 1D&D, a lot of the stuff they are doing is just so. I'm not saying that, and again, and I wouldn't even be upset if they did. I would love if they took any sort of inspiration from any single sliver of anything that I've done. I'd be honored. But that's awesome, and they are seeming to go in that direction that me and my team have been going on for years now. So heck yeah.
Level with things like the Dragonborn and the Ardling, but also on the micro level.
So Tori thinks so too. Hey, I appreciate it.
That is provided. People are already telling us great things about wording in the rules glossary, for instance, that might be unclear to them. And so that's the playtest process working. We read it, like, aha, we will improve this, meaning that when we get finally to the books in a couple of years, we will have been able to refine the wording of the rules, the character options, the DM options, incorporating feedback from tens of thousands of people.
And this is a very clear why.
All right, time out. Here we go. So I think here's what we're going to do now is we're going to shift back over to the original point of the stream. We're halfway through the video, halfway through the live stream, so I think it's a good time to segue over there. Unless y'all just like absolutely jump me in the chat or something, and y'all like throw a revolt or something, and y'all want to finish it. But yeah, I think that is a good stopping spot. Alpha Stein, I see you, Alpha Stein. I'll see you, Alphenstein. I see you. I'm on. And yeah, I mean, if I agree, Satori. If I did stuff like that, I would for sure get feedback from the YouTubers and the comment sections and all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. And I mean, again, like I said, I'd be honored. I love this game so much. I love Dungeons and Dragons with my entire heart and soul. So I just want it to be the best it possibly can. That's my entire point of the channel. Every video I make is trying to either help facilitate the game's rules and put them in a spot to empower people to make them their own. Because in pretty much, and I don't want to say in pretty much every video I ever do, I don't just say one rule, I give options for the rule in different spots to tweak it. That's what I did with Alcanar's Almanac, like all of that. So I just want the game to be as best as possible for you, like the individual person, right? Not just like this is the best way and this is the way you should do it, right? Even the systems that I feel like are just empirically better than anything else, I still even give options for those. Like, oh, you could do this, oh, you could do that, whatever. So, what's up, Sean W? What's up, Sean W? Oh my God, Jacob. Jacob went with the next level. No, Coach secretly works for Wizards of the Coast already. Oh, just plot twist. Major plot twist. That's funny.
Why it's so important for everyone too.
Oh wait. I was just about to switch back. Okay, cool. So there we go, people. All right. Let's dial it back in here. And I'll definitely be checking that Wizards of Ducks DC WODC Wizards of Dungeon Coach. Whoa, that's actually kind of Wizards of Dungeon Coach. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, Jacob. Alphastein. Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm going to put that video up here in my watch log for later. All right. Cool. So here's what's going to happen. I think this is probably going to be the best way that we handle this now is actually, let's see if I even have the screen of it. Yeah, it's this. But it's the Zoom version. Yeah, look at that. We still have it from last time. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to make a combat. I've never made a combat in a live stream before, so I'm going to make a combat. Again, if any patrons are watching, any of the 4 patrons that have been chosen for the one shot, which you know who you are at this point, don't watch. And if you're just okay, cool. Just disclaimer once again. All right, so here we go. Here's how I'm going to make this this combat situation. These are things, me and my friend, he's been a player in my game, best friend in real life, best man in my wedding, player in every single game I've ever ran. He loves homebrewing stuff too, and I was like, hey, I was just talking to him about this patron one shot. He's like, oh, cool. And it was a really cool side note, I guess on a personal note here, is he's one of my players always. And if I'm not his DM, he's my DM. We've never played in a game together except for the first 3 sessions we ever played when somebody else was DMing for us to just see the game. And then I was like, okay, stop. And then I just took the reins and I made my own homebrew campaign out of nowhere. But yeah, so we never get to actually collaborate on anything because one of us is on the other side of the screen. So for this, it was cool to just kind of hey, what are you thinking? We've been kind of just being able to kind of create together. So that's been kind of cool. But this is some stuff he did from a campaign he did where these ash people, ash casters, ash things. Imagine like a volcano erupts and then the ash clouds come down. That's kind of the theme of these people. They're called the Cinder Keepers, which we did in last live stream. And here's the notes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show these notes, and then you know what? Let me see. Do I remember the command for it? I think it's Control Alt N. No. Control Shift N. Yeah, I remembered. Look at that. That's so cool. Oh God. Hey, there's Alcanar's Almanac. Hey, what's going on? Hey, where'd this go? Hey, now I'm back. Hey, now right here. Hey, there we go. This might work. All right. So here's how this is going to go. We're going to put this screen right here, and it doesn't matter what you see on the bottom. And then I'm going to write it out here. So we'll see how this goes. And then I'll set an alarm. Bada bing. Boom. Boom. And then, where'd the chat go? Come back, chat. I lost you. There we go. Volcanoes. Volcanons. Yeah, they just have they summon volcanons. All right. So here's how this is going to go. I'm going to have a new thing here. This is this is going to be these are all simple. /5. What was it? What's a 5? That's weird. That's real weird. Okay. So we're gonna. This is Notion, by the way. Everybody always asks what this is. So this is gonna be a Cinder Keeper. Oh, what? Cinder Keeper. Cinder Keeper Mage. I'm not gonna call them a mage at the table, but it's a Cinder Keeper Mage. And they're gonna have an armor class. Armor class of. Did he throw down an armor class for them already? And if not, I'm going to use my own, and he did not. Okay, so there's gonna be a mage in this thing, and they're gonna have an armor class. This is a 4th level campaign. It's a mage, so we're gonna give them an armor class of 13. No big deal. Yep, 13 sounds good. And then HP, we're gonna give them an HP. They're small. These are little fledglings, so they're gonna have an HP of 30. I need to organize that a little bit better there. Okay, cool. And then their speed is 30, but if I don't say a speed, then therefore it's 30. So that's kind of my shorthand rules there. And then I wonder. No, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, actually, no. I do want to kind of see this. Oh, it's inside of the. Yeah, it's inside, so I can't do that. That's unfortunate. Okay. So okay, HP. Okay. And then for all this stuff, I'm not worried about all of this. I usually come up with these stats here on the fly. Unless it's like a more important NPC, these people might not even be attacked based on how the whole structure of the combat's going. So now these Cinder Keeper mages, they're gonna have their mechanics and the ash mechanics, but I'm trying to think of anything else that they need. No, that's fine for now. So ash totems, think black flame razor torches emits ash in an X radius around them. So ash totem, summon ash. Oh no, we're gonna do this. Summon ash totem. I don't know if I want to call it a totem. Summon ash cloud. Yeah, summon ash cloud. It's gonna be a cloud instead of a totem. I don't want it to be more of a shaman. I want it to be more of like a a cultist type situation. It is going to be a 30-foot radius, 20-foot radius, 30-foot radius, 30-foot radius. Radius. Ash font. Ooh, ash font. I think it's like a water term there. Ash empowers the cultists in certain ways. Pivot, destroy. Pivotal. Oh, yeah. So one of the things that my friend's name's Jason. One of the things he did is these totems are destroyable, and you can like go and attack and destroy the totems. I don't want that mechanic to be a part of my whole situation. I want there to be like clouds, and they have to navigate them in some way, and then I'm probably going to give them some sort of capacity to move the clouds. That would be a cool thing to give them. I wonder who I might give that to the bard. I'm gonna make a note. Of this in my notes up here. Wind blow magic item bard. Cool. All right. So then we're back. We're 30-foot radius. Yeah, I don't even need to put that here. I could just put that there in a 30-foot radius. Boom. Could treat it like a darkness spell. Yeah, exactly. Darkness. It's gonna work just like darkness. So then in fact I'll even put. Yeah, I'm gonna put that there, and that's just a note for myself. I know how darkness works, so then there we go. Okay, so then actions, fire Eldritch Blast. No, I'm going to say they're going to have Extract Heat. Extract Heat is going to be a con save, a DC, DC 13, DC 13, DC 12, DC 13, DC 14. All of these, in general, in my encounters, all of the DCs for stuff like this is the same DC. So I would say, so if like this guy has a con save, it's going to be a 14. If somebody else has to do something for a strength save, it's going to be a 14, et cetera, et cetera. Unless like it's a boss versus minions or something like that. But anyway, so they are level 4. Their proficiency is still +2. If they're good at it, they're gonna have 3 to 4. So let's just say 3 + 2, 5. They roll a 9. I want them to fail. So 5 + 9 is 14. So a 14 would pass. But this is the beginning, and this is a one shot, but it's a hard one shot. So I'm really on the fence between a 14 and a 15. I think 15 is too high for them, and if they got a 9 plus 5, and that would be just, you know, it wouldn't be a 50% chance, and I want them to have just one notch higher than a 50% chance. So a 55% chance is perfect, which means 14 is perfect. Okay, cool. There's just my thought process there. DC 14 con save. Fail. DC 14 con save. Failure is wait, what? Oh yeah, DC 14 con save. And then it's going to be, I don't know how much damage I want all of these to do, but it's just going to extract heat. It's going to siphon heat from a target. So then it's going to be, we're going to have 1d8. No, this is level 4. It's a con save. So we're going to have 2d8. 2d8 necrotic. That would be, no, it'd be cold damage. Because it's siphoning heat, right? You know what I'm saying? Lost speed. Ooh, interesting. 2d6. Jonathan's at 2d6. I'm at 2d8. I see that. The other thing is the Cinder Keepers in this first combat. They are most likely, the Cinder Keepers are going to be attacking the other fire beasts that I haven't made yet. So I'm fine with it having 2d8, and there's only one of these mages, and I want him to be a little bit scary with that. And a lot of his turn he's not going to attack, so when he does, I want it to be like a ooh cool thing. Unless, well, you know what? We're not making that final combat yet, so I'm just gonna leave it at a 2d8 right now, and then we'll see. Because this is the Cinderkeeper mages are technically going to be on the player side, because whenever the combat happens, fire portals are going to open up from the plane of fire. 4 flaming beasts, like flaming monstrous large, like dire fire creatures, are going to come out, and that's going to be what's viewed to be the bad things. And these cultists are going to be posing as heroes and save them. So they're going to be fighting alongside them. So I'm not too worried about the damage here. But I do know that this 2d8 is a little bit high. But I probably in my head also am seeing this as maybe being a 1d8. Like I think maybe even go 2d6, but then have it be like a legendary action type of thing. And I just give them one legendary action, and that's all they get. I do this a lot with certain monsters that I make that are just like more simple. So it might not be like the BBEG Ultimate Mega Legendary Boss, but I'll give him one legendary action, which is shoot off this blast. That's it. You don't always have to give him 3. Anyway, so then, okay, cool. Oh, maybe the damage type is fire, because I feel like having fire resistance would help them keeping heat. Interesting. Fire resistance. I don't feel like Death Wish. I love questions like this. I would talk about this type of stuff and debate this type of stuff all the time. Not because I want to argue with people. I just love the magic physics. So here's the thing. What is the most similar thing to cold resist? Cold resist in the real world is like blankets and thermal insulated stuff. That is cold resist. And if somebody was siphoning heat from me, that wearing cold protective things that keep my body heat in, that is cold resist. So I think this should be cold damage, because cold resist would stop that. You see my thought process? So fire resist isn't keeping cold in, it's keeping heat out. It would be like, you know, the fireman jumpsuit type things, right? So a fireman jumpsuit, so you have this fireman jumpsuit and this keeper does extract heat. A fireman's jumpsuit is not going to stop the extraction of, you know what I'm saying? It's just going to go right through that. So there we go. Sorry, Death Wish. I just wanted to kind of give my breakdown of that. I love talking about stuff like that. Okay, come. Anyway, we're back. So cold damage, cool. Condense ash. All enemies within the ash make a con save. Failed movement speed affected by the yeah. Amount of time. Fire damage, concentration. So yeah, within this, move speed half. Or I guess I should say half move speed. Yep. End turn in turn damage. Deathwish says, I've never really thought about how you resist damage. I completely agree. That's such a cool. That's why I love, like, you know, the math physics, or not math physics, magic physics. You know, it's like, wait a second. I'm now thinking about something I've never thought about before. This happens all the time in D&D. I love it. Love it. All right, so in the turn you take damage. You have all standard stuff. Affected by Bane. Affected by Bane. I really like that. Good job, Jason. So half movement speed in turn. I don't necessarily think you take damage. And did Jason have them taking damage? File, saving move affected by Bane, some amount of fire damage. I don't think I'm gonna have the ash cloud deal fire damage to them. Although maybe it should. You know, okay, so in turn, 1d4 fire damage, because this is burning them. The ash cloud is not extracting heat from them. This is hot. It's cinders, right? And then they also in turn is 1d4 fire damage. In turn, con save, or so DC 14 con save. Yep, and then in turn, so that means I would do this here too. In turn, 1d4 fire damage, plus Bane. Cool. Cool. All right. So, yeah. Cool. All right. So then we're all good here. Now, bonus action. I love the action economy. Ash step while in the ash can teleport to 60 feet away within the ash. Yeah, I think all keepers. All Cinder Keepers are going to have a Ash Step. So bonus. Oh, okay, hold up. What am I doing? Actions. What am I doing here? I need to get organized here. Action. All right, action. And then this is also maybe another action, but then this is now going to be a bonus action. And then that's going to be extract heat. No, it's going to be Ash Step. 30 foot. Oh, no. TP anywhere within Ash. Done. Ash mirror image. Oh, that's cool. I think that darkness is going to kind of affect that a little bit. I do think that does give me an idea for an ability for the final fight, though, Richard. Con save, get ash in your eyes, blinded, remove as a bonus action. That's another interesting layer to that. So, you know what? In fact, I think I like that better than the move speed situation. So we're gonna take out the move speed because they can move through it fine. So darkness, darkness. They're already gonna have that. It's gonna be there. There's gonna be some elements of blinding to it. So 1d4 fire damage plus Bane. Oh, this is going to be nasty. Plus blind. If they fail. Man, let's go. Just the fire damage is just a little. All right, you take 2 fire damage, and you have Bane, and you're blinded. Don't end your turn in the cloud, son. Don't end your turn in that cloud. Don't end that. Don't do it. Maybe they can, Alfenstein says, maybe they can redirect any fire damage attacks made against them as a reaction. Could call it evasive. I like evade embers. Evasive embers. Oh, that's cool. Redirect fire damage made. That's cool. Because it totally makes sense, because it's this ash cloud, and these Cinder Keepers are manipulating and extinguishing flames. So, yeah, I think... this is going to be a thing of this guy. He's going to have a reaction. Did you say a reaction? Yeah, you said they could. Wait, maybe they react. Yeah, you said reaction. Okay, cool. Reaction. They're gonna, and I'm gonna name it just for you. Evade embers. Evasive embers. Evade embers. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. That is going to be they redirect or snuff out entirely. Redirect fire damage spells or snuff out entirely within the ash cloud. Boom. Boom. And then action. Ash step. Is that heat distortion when moving through ash? When moving through it, ashes in the eyes. Yeah, exactly. I like the whole blind component there. Ooh, reaction. I'm missing the N. Okay, cool. Reaction, coughing fit when attacked within melee range, Constitution saving throw, or disadvantage on next attack. I'm going to scrap that one. While within the ash, heal 10 HP at the top of their turn. I don't think I like that either. I think it's going to have to be fire damage taken within the ash cloud. So this is going to be summon ash cloud, darkness. Okay, cool. I want to say where would I put this? It's kind of a weird spot. So I'm going to put this as an aura. Heat distortion. I think it was. I guess I'm not gonna name it. Bye bye fireball. Exactly. Let's soak it in. Any fire damage. Oh wait. You know what? We could just have this be a reaction. Yeah, I feel like that would be more of a reaction type of thing. Yeah. Reaction. Redirect. Fire damage spells. Fire damage. All right, you know what? Redirect fire damage spells, or snuff out entirely. See that this is where my team shines the most. Is I have these like cool ideas and I'll just say them and then they'll make it sound right. So when within an ash cloud, can do the following with fire damage spells. Redirect, convert into healing, and snuff out entirely. Whoa. Where did I go? There we are. Redirect, convert into healing, redirect fire spells. What? Okay. What? Okay. Redirect fire spells or snuff out entirely. Okay. Snuff out entirely. All right. That's a much better way of phrasing that. Okay. And then that's gone. Okay. There we go. Pyrothropes can benefit from the and the pyrothropes can benefit from this fireball. So Jonathan, I would say the pyrothropes would like die in it because the ash is just like the ash. So I'm picturing this. You know, like there's ash on a candle, like the little like flicker, the little like black crusty ash on the candle. So on a candle, you have the fire and it's burning things, and the ash for me is the extinguishing of a fire, right? It just like withers the fire into nothing, right? If one of these pyrothropes enters the ash cloud, they would die immediately, essentially, because they are made of fire, right? Chokes out the fire. Yeah. So absorb. I see you, Jonathan. But that's the type of things we got to think about during this whole thing to kind of wrap our heads around how this whole thing works. So stuff. I love the reaction now that we've really fleshed out. Okay, cool. Instead of okay, cool. Legendary actions assist me. Teleport is shaman. I don't know if I want to mess with legendary actions with these guys. I might mess with legendary actions in the big final fight. Constitution saving throw for verbal component. Yeah, no. I think we're fine on that. So then speaking, let's see. Speak. We'll put this here. Speaking within ash cloud equals instant auto fail mute coughing auto fail equal auto fail 2d4 fire damage plus mute for I'll just say whether they're mute. Okay, well, I'll leave it as that for myself. It's I'm prepping this for myself. I'm not necessarily prepping this for the masses and stuff. water or ash. Use the ash to send a message secretively. There's so many things you could do with ash. As far as if this was a campaign setting instead of a one shot, I totally agree. Lots of stuff you could do there. So cool, got it. Cinder Keeper Mage is essentially good to go. Awesome. So now what I usually do here, we are out of time. But now what I usually do here is I'm gonna now go through here just so y'all know where my head's at. I'm gonna go through here and take some of these spots, and I have what the spellcaster does, and then I'm gonna find what all of them do and have that be a Cinder Keeper. And then I'm going to have, the mage does this, the knight does this, this does, the rogue or the assassin or whatever. And they have their little special versions. So I find a through line of everybody does this. Every Cinder Keeper has this. And then we go from there. And then we can do, so we didn't get to build out too much here. So we will do this again. What time? What we got? So next week. Yeah, we will actually truly finish this next week. Next week, we will finish this because we are going to be playing this one shot in like 2 weeks from now. So I'll finish it out with you guys, and then I'll probably I'll do some stuff with it between now and then because I want to make sure I don't want to wait till the last minute with this thing because I really want this thing to be. I want to knock my patrons' socks off. So heck yeah. But yeah, so thanks guys. That is the stream. What I usually do now is I transition over into where is okay, there we go. That's weird. I transition on over to my gaming channel and I do a live stream on the gaming channel. I play World of Warcraft and we do a little stream on there for like an hour, wind down and call it a night. Alphenstein, I'm glad you said your first comment. It's been cool. It's been cool chatting. Love the stream, coach. So happy I was confident enough to send a few comments. Heck yeah, let's go. That's what's up. Thanks y'all. But yeah, so stay creative. Think outside the box if you want to keep hanging out. Check out the. I guess I could link a thing to it so y'all could carry the party on over. Whether you play WoW or not, who knows? Wait, live. There we go. Oh, cool. I can see the link here. Oh, this is a new thing. All right, let me see. Is this it? Well, there you go. There's the link down in the description. It was cool. Thank you guys for pointing me in the right direction towards the D&D video. I'm going to be making videos on it. I'm going to be jumping on that priest class group. And we'll go from there. So stay creative. Think outside the box. Peace. Where's my button?